Episode 11.
Yep.
This is a new chapter, kind of. I feel like with our what you call it, our little update episode, it like started like a new chapter or something. Crazy, man. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in for this special episode of the Community Proud podcast. With you as always, I'm Dustin Allen.
And I'm Abraham Jacobs.
And this is the intro for, like I said, episode 11. This is Ben, Rico, and Rico Fit.
Yep.
I'm gonna let Abraham start this one off because this is very special for him because he's super into fitness. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
so it was definitely a really cool podcast. Definitely cool to be in there. Pretty cool artwork on the wall that he did himself. And I got to speak a little bit in this podcast. I gotta get on the mic, ask him a few questions. It was pretty cool. So he's based in Lemoore, Rico Fit. Been doing it it's been physical training for a lot of years. But how long has he had the gym now?
For just almost a year. Almost a year.
Yeah.
I think around the holiday season is when he opened it up.
Yeah, so go check it out. If you want to come down, he always does like a free week trial before hop in, pay a little bit of money. But
yeah, yours truly, Dustin Eric Allen, right here, did his 1 week free trial and
looking bigger already.
I'm looking good. I'm looking bigger, Yeah. And he'll definitely keep you in shape. And he kicked my butt, man. And I'm definitely gonna go back. I'm gonna start training with him a little bit more, I think, and hopefully I can look better for the camera.
Yeah.
And I mean that's basically it. That's basically our intro. Please follow us. Please follow Ben. We'll have his Instagrams for his fitness page and his personal page linked down below, as well as our personal pages and the Community Proud podcast pages as well. And anything else you want to say before we get this episode started?
Nah, hope you enjoy part 2 of the Community Proud Chronicles.
Oh yeah, part 2. We can call this part 2, huh?
Yeah.
All right, part 2. Here we go. Chapter 2.
Act 2.
Act 2.
We're saying too much shit.
We're saying too much now. Please enjoy the episode. We'll see you in the outro. Here we are. Episode 11. Thank you, Abe, for the help this time. This is our second time. This is our second time here.
Take two.
Take 2. He's got the merch on as well.
Yeah.
And how you doing today? Thank you so
awesome.
much.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for letting us come down.
Awesome. You caught me in a good mood. I just got out of the water.
That's awesome. Well, just like last time, take you through a little bit of through life beginning, and then your career right now, how you got here, your future, and your what you want to do in the future, stuff like that, and then end it off with if people were in your position, what advice you would give them.
Yep.
So, first simple question. Where are you from? Where are you born?
I was born and raised in Lemoore, California.
Okay, fancy.
1977 I was born.
Wow.
Yeah!
You guys do the math.
I'm 42 years young.
Okay.
So,
And so, mom and dad, what do they do?
Mom's a school teacher and my dad's retired from Leprino Foods.
Okay, cool.
Very
Awesome.
much his life, so.
Did they ever teach you anything growing up or lead you in any direction that you are now?
As far as where I'm at is in the industry, no.
Okay.
Athletic wise, yes. I've always been into athletics.
Okay, cool.
My mom hates it, but my dad. My mom's more of an ag type person, into animals, and we lived out in the Island District, so I lived on, a bunch of acreage.
Okay,
So.
that's awesome. So, what kind of sports did you like?
Growing up, the basic basketball, football, baseball. Wasn't really into baseball, but mostly football when I was younger.
Okay.
Thought I was going to be in the NFL.
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of kids think they're gonna
Yeah, you got to have dreams, man.
Yeah,
You got to
of
have
course.
dreams.
You got to chase them while you can,
Dreams. Yep.
And so after that, what came about?
Well, at about 12, I'd probably say about 9 or 10, I was really influenced by the the bodybuilding takeoff. You know, Arnold. My Uncle Willie was really into lifting weights, and he was like, you know, God to us. You know, there was a shit ton of us. So
you're good. We covered that last time.
Yeah.
You're good.
So I come from a big family, so.
That's awesome.
I got 6 aunts and 1 uncle on one side, and then 4 aunts and an uncle on the other side. So,
wow.
Yeah, we have a large family. But as a young kid, my uncles, they were always into lifting weights and training. So I was always intrigued by, you know, how you can transform yourself. You know, and at a young age, I learned that, you know, fitness is one thing that nobody can take from you.
Right.
You know, it's kind of yours, you know. And about 12 years old, my aunt and uncle, my godmother, purchased a gym downtown. And from there on out, any gift I would receive would be, I want a gym membership.
Any holiday.
Any holiday, it didn't matter if it was Thanksgiving, I would ask, hey, you got a gym membership? And from young, I mean, I was always in there, always.
That's awesome.
I loved it, you know. And now I'm always in my own gym.
There you go. So speaking of that, how did that even come about? Like, was this always your goal, just to have?
No. I was, I did all kinds of things. I was all over the place. You know, I went to high school. You know, I played football in high school. I wrestled. That was a big part of my life. Probably saved my life, really. As a sophomore, or as a freshman, I didn't go to school very much. I was kind of how you would say, delinquent. Okay. And the freshman football coach, who is a great mentor of mine, Kent Olson, would always tell me, hey, you're going to go out for wrestling. You're going to go out for wrestling. Well, when I was in high school, I was like, I'm not going out for wrestling.
Right.
I didn't have no dudes hit me over the head with a chair. You know what I mean? My only knowledge of wrestling was WWF. So going into my sophomore year, they were going to send me to Jameson, and Olson and some other teachers got me into his class and to some other stuff. And the first day of PE, you know how PE goes. I had first period PE, and it was him. Oh, yeah. And the first thing we did was wrestling, and I was like, you could fight for free and not get in trouble, you know? And from there on, I spent pretty much my sophomore year in the back of his RV, going all over the state. My junior year, I started to get it rolling, and then my senior year, I ended up making it to state and getting some college offers. End up going to Fresno City.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Fresno City, I thought, well, I might as well get a job.
What was that job?
Oh, shit. I don't know what I was doing. I think I got a job at a grocery store.
Okay.
Moved in with a girlfriend of mine who's still real good friends with me, but it was stupid. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. You know, I did a real big tour around California after that, up and down. And about 21, 22, I ended up in Long Beach, with a friend who let me sleep on her couch.
That's
and ended up in Huntington Beach with a friend of mine. Spent about 5 years down there surfing, and did a lot of yoga, stuff like that.
That's cool.
So
I'm assuming by your first statement, I just got out of the water, and it's 5 years surfing. You're pretty good at it then, right?
Yeah, well, I was fortunate with my Uncle Willie. He was always into surfing. Oh, so whatever pretty much Uncle Willie was doing, all the grandkids, which there's like 78 of us, were trying to do what Uncle Willie was doing. So I was very fortunate to have, you know, surfboards at my disposal. You know, and we live in the valley. Not too many people have surfboards around the valley, so.
Thank God for Uncle Willie.
Yeah, thank God for Uncle Willie. Yep. Yep. So I always had, anytime I'd go to the beach, he'd let me, you know, use his surfboard. So.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So how'd you get back here to the valley?
The valley, that's a good story in itself as well. I was living in Newport Beach at the time, and I was working at a 5-star restaurant in Las Brisas, and I got a phone call on Father's Day from someone here in Hanford.
Okay.
And it was my my oldest son, Bryce. His mother got a hold of me because I was living over there, she was living here. And 2 weeks later, I was back. I moved back to Hanford, where he was.
Right.
You know? And I've been here since.
Happy Father's Day, man.
Happy Father's Day to me. It was probably one of the biggest blessings, you know, besides, you know, it was a huge blessing.
That's awesome.
I ended up here and then met my wife, and
how did you guys meet?
We met at Fresno State football game. I was actually on my way moving back here, and we had went to a Fresno State football game, and we end up just meeting each other, and she stuck around.
Really?
13 years later. So.
That's awesome.
Yep, 13 years and 2 kids later.
That's awesome. So 3 kids then.
Yep.
So what do they do? What are they up to?
So my oldest lives in Monterey with his mother. My 12-year-old is a baseball kid and surfer. He's my best surf bud. He just had probably one of the best days of his surfing life.
Awesome.
Today, he's probably still glowing over there somewhere, probably stuck on his phone. And then my 3-year-old, he's the surprise child. You know, we thought we were done, and then bum ba da bum.
That's pretty cool.
We're at 3 years old, so 16, 12, and 3.
There's some gaps in there.
There's some gaps, yes. They're all surprises. All gifts in their own little way.
That's awesome. So we talked a little bit about your oldest. So what about the middle? He's surfing, baseball?
Baseball, Billy, really big into baseball. He's really academic, which is a long cry from me. So that's awesome. A blessing.
That is.
He's really academic. You know, he's like a 4.0 student.
Awesome.
Does his homework. I don't have to kill him.
There you go.
You know, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so, that's good.
And then baseball right now, we're taking a little break from baseball. I'm doing some surfing. Winter time's usually a good time to surf, so we're doing that. But
okay, cool. And what about Mr. 3-year-old?
Yeah, Chase Lyon. That's
Chase Lyon.
He is.
What does he spend his days doing?
He is my child. If you follow me on Instagram, you know he's pretty much my right-hand man. I'm very fortunate with this career I have. I don't have to have daycare. He's with me 90% of the time. So
that's awesome.
He is he's pretty much daddy's boy, that's for sure.
That's pretty cool.
Really into pretty much anything I can throw at him. From baseball, he played t-ball for this first year as a 2-year-old with some 5 and 6-year-olds, and was competitive. He's playing flag football right now, and then he lifts with me probably once or twice a day. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. He's got my attitude, though, so it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Okay.
It could backfire on me.
It's like a mini-me there.
Yeah, it is. So.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. But.
So do you ever see them, like, also becoming eventually what you're doing, or just like kind of like what they want to do is?
Yeah, I mean, if they grow passion towards it, I know Caleb. He's really into fitness with me as well, and he's showed some interest into it. But you know, I kind of let them carve their own path.
That's good.
You know, I try not to push stuff on them. You know, I coming from a wrestling background, Caleb was a really elite wrestler at a young age, and then just didn't want to do it, which broke my heart. But he loves baseball, so that's kind of, I just let him kind of choose what they want to do, you know, and then.
That's awesome.
You know, that's what we're doing. We're doing baseball, so.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I try.
All right, so now let's transition a little bit into like your career now. So where did this like fitness all start?
So right out of I've always been in a gym. Even when I lived in Huntington, I had a gym membership. Or like I said, I did yoga. I did, you know, I've always been into fitness. You know, some of it's just looking to a mirror. You know, bodybuilding was my first love. I love bodybuilding. You know, like I said, as a 9-year-old, I've always been into bodybuilding. But when I got back into town, I opened a coffee shop with a very good family friend of mine. And I started selling coffee. Always had a membership, same membership that I bought from my aunt. A real good friend of mine, Rob Erickson, ran that gym. And he pretty much took me under his wing when I was like 9. He was always in there showing me how to do stuff. You know, I had some older friends that are a little bit older than me that always would pretty much train me, you know, and show me what to do and show me what not to do. So I was very fortunate. Didn't run into too many huge injuries on my own. I have had my injuries, but, you know, and that transitioned me into, well, this is awesome. You know, I learned from a young age that I could show people how to get themselves into shape. So when I was at the coffee shop, I still helped people. I always had someone wanting to work out with me, you know, which was kind of like a training partner. And I was, you know, they would train with me. And then I moved to a salesman's job. When I was doing that, I still stayed in the gym, still always worked. Well, when that slowed down, the salesman job, I started at a gym here in town and just started training right out of the gate, and it just took off. You know, I finally found something, you know, because I loved selling coffee. That was cool, but it wasn't really my passion. You know, I just could do it. You know, I got the gift of gab, I guess you could say. And then salesman, that was really fun. You know, that's a fun gig if you've ever been in sales. You know, so that all molded me towards where I'm at now. You know, because owning a gym and being a professional trainer, you have to sell yourself almost. You know, so it was all kind of like a big funnel to right now, and so that's where I'm at with this. I did a bunch of, you know, weird shit, but I'm still here.
It all just seems to work out.
Yeah, it does. It did.
That's awesome.
And so, you know, this place was even probably 10 years ago I wanted to do this. You know, and this is only my first year here. So it just kind of, you know, I don't get in a hurry on stuff. You know, I just kind of let it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. So did you, I guess, like how long have you been like actually training for?
Total?
Yeah.
Me personally, just training people, or training as far as just since I was a kid?
Or training other people?
Training other people? Oh, probably, I don't know. When was I running the coffee shop? What was that?
Before he was born, so he was born in 07.
07? 07? So when I was running the coffee shop,
12 years?
I would go across the street and train with some friends and train them.
Okay.
You know, so a good 14 years, 15 years, something like that. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, it's been a long time.
That's awesome.
You know, so.
That's awesome. And so did you ever train at other facilities? Like...
Oh, I've trained in all kinds of facilities. You know,
I remember West Hills.
I did West Hills for 3 or 4 years, which I was actually coaching wrestling at the college with my high school coach. And the current gym I was at, I had left, and I was training at InShape.
Okay.
You know, I got a job there. I was training at InShape, and he got me in there as a general ed program, you know, a community ed program. So I was running a community ed program out of the college as well, which is pretty cool. And then I turned that into Rico Fit. That's the name of it. And I just started snowballing into here.
Okay.
So
when did you figure out that, were you just always on this, like more of an online question now?
Yeah.
So when did you like start including like social media and stuff like that?
Social media.
And how has it helped you as well?
Social media, as far as a business wise, we just started it last year on the Rico Fit side, but I've always used my social media not only just to show my workouts, but just to show people what I do. You know, I've never really advertised anywhere else except for social media. So I highly recommend social media as far as, business.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And it's like real engagement too, like.
Yes. I try to keep my stuff. I don't like to shove my per se down people's throat. You know what I mean? I just keep it, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what we do. If you dig it, right on. If you don't.
And I've seen your personal page. It's like literally, it's like your daily life.
Yeah, I just try to keep it. I use my social media honestly like a journal, like an open journal to the internet. Yeah. So I forget half the shit I do, so it's kind of cool to look back on what I've done. So that's cool. I use it as a journal.
That's cool.
Honestly.
So, that's awesome. All right, so now we'll transition to like, I'll say that there's a lot of people right now that are getting really into fitness. It seems like more and more every day.
Yep.
You see it all over Instagram. What do you suggest to those people who are just starting out right now?
I suggest that you learn how your body works first before you start trying to tell other people how their body works.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in fitness, you have to. It'll eat you up and spit you out, just like any other business. If you have to be personable too. And that's what's kind of scary about the internet. You can get right into people's kitchen and not really know who they are.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is someone getting into it is, what do you do? is take your time. Don't rush nothing. And don't get frustrated, because you will be frustrated.
That's awesome. So when do you think is like the right time? Would it have to be like for like, what am I trying to ask? Like, what's the right time for someone to turn it from just like a hobby into like, okay, now I'm training other people?
That's a good question. I can just tell you for me, it was always me. I've always had something internal that I wanted to help other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just, I don't know if it's the way I was raised with a big family. We always helped each other. That could be it too. I know a lot of people that get into it just to try to make some money, and you have to be very good to make money. So if you're in it to make money, you better really think about it, because there's a lot of other ways to make money fast. And the fitness industry it's hard, and it's very frustrating. So passion is probably my biggest thing. If you have the passion to do it, go for it. That's what you're asking me.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect answer to me. I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people come. I've seen a lot of people go. But again, I've been in this since I was 12.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of styles. I've seen a lot of, Tybo. All those things come and go.
Yeah.
So if you're really into it, getting into it, and it's your passion and you love helping people, that's what I think the biggest thing people that want to be fitness trainers, you gotta love working with other people too. My wife, she's really good at training people, but she does not like people. So she's not very good. She's an amazing trainer, but she doesn't like people. That's a perfect example of, somebody could have all the knowledge in the world, I've known people that got 54 certifications and they just, they can't communicate really with people. And if you can't communicate with people, I don't suggest being in the people business.
Yeah, I mean, of
that
course.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of helps to like, obviously you're just it seems like you're just naturally a personable guy.
Yeah, I try to be.
But like you said earlier, all those like sales jobs and that coffee shop job, it like all
kind of funneled into one thing. Yep.
I see what you mean.
Yep.
And so
you just can't rush the process. That would be my biggest thing. Don't rush it. You know, you got to have a good backbone too. You know, and I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my little snowflake over there.
Shout out.
Shout out.
That's awesome, man.
Fit Carrie Ann. So.
All right. So, let me think. Okay, let's take it back to. Dude, I totally forgot my next question.
It's all right. Talk about the business?
Yeah, it was like another business question. It was a good question. It was a good
You had a good one? You had a good one?
Yeah, I did have.
You want me to ramble on until you remember it? I can ramble on. Let me take you back to 1996, all right? No.
Let me think, man, that was a good question. Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask about any education that you might have had. Is it all self-education, or did you go to school for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not very good at school. I don't know if you caught that in the beginning. I went to Fresno City for maybe 2 semesters, and I don't get the good sit down kind of deal. I do have a lot of certificates that I've, you know, had to have. You know, I've also been CrossFit certified, TRX certified, you know, NASM, ASSA. I've done all this stuff through, you know, to get the certifications as far as schooling. I believe hugely in getting like kines schools and stuff like that. You know, some of my really good friends that have all those degrees that are very knowledgeable, it's huge, you know, it's huge. Me personally, all my stuff is trial and error. What I've been through, what I've seen, what works, what doesn't work. I had a really good mentor when I was about, I don't know, probably, I think I was a senior in high school. And there was some late great technique everybody was doing, you know, because I would always find out, you know, Bigger, Faster, Stronger was out. There was always, you know, some new training program to get faster or, you know, lift more. Because in high school, you want to lift. You want to be big. You want to be fast. You want to be strong. And he told me, well, I'll never forget this. He said, you take whatever they're doing, and this is pretty much what I've done my whole life. You take whatever good they're doing and make it your own, and then go from there. You know, so I've had that ability to take, you know, Taibo. Like we'll go back to Taibo. You know, some of their techniques. You know, you don't want to sit there and kick all day, but there is some stuff in there that you can add to your program that will definitely help you. Okay. You know, and that is so as far as CrossFit, do the same thing. You know, strength training, I pull from there. You know, I try to pull from, you know, all my yoga background. You know, so that's my schooling. I guess you could call it self-taught.
Yeah. As I guess the fitness streets.
Yeah. Yep. Been in a lot of gyms where they've done some crazy stuff.
That's cool.
You know, so
that's awesome.
A lot of it works, and some of it don't.
There you go. So you just kind of had to like tailor it to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You know, in anything you have injuries, and you know you got to figure if you love something, you figure out how to do it through injuries.
Yeah.
You know, it really works out for, you know, the way I train now, because 90% of the humans I come across, they have, you know, imbalances, I like to call them. You know, I don't like to call them injuries. You know, some of them are just imbalances. You know, some, you know, can do things and some can't.
Okay.
So I try to tailor it around that.
It's a good way of thinking.
Yeah, kept me out of trouble so far.
Now, I know that Mr. Abraham behind the camera might have wanted to ask a couple questions. Yeah, do you want to come up here? You can come up here if you want.
Oh man, he's prettier than me. I can't have this guy.
He's prettier than a lot of people.
That's a good trait to have, brother.
What's up? How you doing?
Good, you?
Good.
Digging the flip-flops, bro. I like those. Are nice.
No, I swim.
I like those.
I only wear flip-flops.
Same here. I'm either in flip-flops or barefoot.
Yeah.
It's good for your feet.
Yeah, good.
Good for your posture.
So with injuries, what kind of injuries have you had in the past? Am I doing what?
You name it. I've had, you want me to start from the top?
Sure.
Ruptured this, concussions, football, blew this shoulder out twice, tore this pec off the bone once, rotator cuff on this side, dislocated this wrist, dislocated this hip jumping out of a car, blew this knee out. I have bone on bone, no meniscus, MCL repair. I've blown this out probably 50 times. And the only broken bone I've ever had is this fifth metatarsal right here. Playing wiffle ball.
Playing wiffle ball?
Of all things.
Yeah.
I was playing wiffle ball and I stepped in a gopher hole and my foot went like that and got it. So yes. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, right now I have a vertical tear in my L3 and L4 and L5 are bulging. And what else? I think that's it.
So with all that, what do your workouts usually look like now?
Since I opened this place, I've been only doing my workouts that I put on the board.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. So I do whatever my class does.
That's dope. That's awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to do that for the first year because when I trained at other places, I would do the workouts I would do, and then I would do something else, and then I would do something else, and I was just real sporadic. So this is probably the first year I've actually did just my workouts. So everything I programmed, as far as this year, that's all I've done, But the only thing I do extra is I swim.
Oh.
I swim in. There's an indoor pool in Hanford I swim at. So I swim.
Where at?
In Shape.
Oh.
In Shape. I'm still real good friends with them. Mm-hmm. I used to work with them for 3 or 4 years. So they hooked me up. So I go swim there. Mm. I swim just to keep in shape to surf.
Yeah.
Surfing,
very important.
I got a couple swim workouts that I do that I'll probably hit up you for some good swim workouts as well.
All right, yeah. It'll be fine.
So, yeah, my workouts are usually, like I said, here, man, whatever I do. Now, if there's something I can't do, like because my knee is bone on bone, if the run's real big and it starts to hurt, I'll do the bike or the rower. Mm-hmm. So I'll mobilize, But as far as deadlifting and pull-ups and everything else for my back and everything, I still do it. I still work around it.
What's the main focus of your classes?
Fitness. I try to keep people just in shape. I don't like I was telling Dust. I don't focus on just one thing.
That's cool.
We do from bodybuilding to CrossFit to powerlifting to yoga to sometimes we'll just handstands, acrobats.
That's cool.
I try to everything we've done. I try to do it.
That's awesome. Yeah. What's your favorite exercise? Like, what do you enjoy the most?
What do I enjoy the most?
Yeah.
It used to be lifting heavy things.
Just in general?
But now that I'm a little beat up, I like to do a lot more like mobility stuff.
Oh, yeah.
As far as like
band or
handstands. I'm doing a lot of bear crawl stuff right now that I'm doing it's called what's the name of it? But it's mostly how the body functions and flows. How when you swim, you gotta, it's a flow. So I've been trying to incorporate some flowing stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What happened to the wall?
That is a wall ball.
A wall ball?
A wall ball, yeah. We were doing ball slams and someone got, I thought we were, I thought I had everybody on a stud, and they missed. So they put one of the balls through it, and I just haven't fixed it. I think it adds character. So.
Who did the art?
Me.
You did?
Me, yes.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. That is actually my first time ever spray painting.
Oh, yeah?
On a wall. In case there's any law enforcement watching this. No, I didn't really touch on that, but I've been an artist my whole life.
That's good.
You know, that's how a lot of times, that's pretty much why I got in trouble most of the time younger in my life, because I was so ADD that if I wasn't doing something, I wouldn't listen. So they would make me sit there and watch, and I don't learn like that. I'd have to be drawing, or I have to be doing something. That's probably why I'm so good in fitness, because I always got to be doing it. That's why I'm always fidgety. Probably the longest I've sat down since ever.
You want to get up?
No. You want to do some burpees? That would probably be my favorite exercise, burpees,
That's good.
So I started asking this question last episode, episode 10. It's kind of like a heavier question. And that's how do you want to, or who do you want to be remembered as?
Just as a good father, you know. That's what I want to be remembered as a good father.
That's a really good answer.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Simple answer. And
it's very ironic that I say that, because when I was a kid, I did not want to have kids. I was very, very adamant in not wanting to have children.
Yeah.
You know, just because I was just the way the world is, you don't want to bring someone into this shithole. But hey, they're here, so I try to make it the best life they can have, you know. So yeah, father. I try to be the best father and husband I could be.
That's awesome. So now, officially wrapping it up a little bit more, I give you the floor for however long you want. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. This is now officially your podcast, so there you go.
Okay, sure. How long have you been doing this?
We started back in July is when we started preparing guests and what I'm gonna ask, and getting software ready and stuff like that. And then our first episode released August 5th with Coach Kenneth Gregory.
Nice. Now, what's your guys' goal? What is your end goal with this podcast? What are you guys looking to do with it?
I'm not sure if we have a complete end goal, because I don't like doing end goals, because once you reach it, it's
smart. Yeah.
What do we do now?
Exactly.
But there are goals that we want to hit along the way, let's say by the end of the year, I think we put down 300. We want 300 followers on Instagram. I've already started preparing stuff for 2020.
Good.
Holidays and things like that. Special guests that we want in the future that have made it pretty big outside of the valley, like Virgil Green and
some big guests.
Kelly Slater. That'd be Jose Ramirez. So those are some heavy hitter guests that we want to have on the show. But
well, I know some people out there, Surf Ranch.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Kelly Slater?
I don't know him personally, but I know some guys out there that do. So.
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
well, I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared for that yet.
Yeah. No, but it's good though that because you never know who you come across. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so it's awesome.
Yeah. We don't have any, but as far as end goals go, no, we don't have any end goals.
And now that we're almost done, it's been what, 2 years since you trained with me?
Yeah, about that.
About 2 years, right?
Well, I was in.
No, you were a sophomore or junior.
I was a sophomore, I think.
Sophomore when you started.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted to get better hops.
Hops. Remember we were working on them hops.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So. To you and to your followers, I offer a week's free trial to come in, work out, check it out. I know you want to come lift. I know this guy needs to come lift. Look at these guys.
Look at this, man.
No, I'm just kidding. You look good, man. You look good.
I need to
But
get back
no,
in here.
I just want to give an open invitation to you guys. Come check it out. I have classes Monday through Friday. My first class starts at 4 a.m. My second class is 5 a.m. I have a 6 a.m., an 8:30 a.m., a 4:30 p.m., 5:30 p.m., and then I have a kids only class from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But most of my classes are pretty open to all humans. I like to say that because I've trained kids from 3 to my oldest customer or client or friend is what, 65? I think he's 65, and he's been coming for 5 years. Wow. So I kind of pride myself in not hurting people, keeping them fit, and making it exciting and fun. We do have some fun nights. We have a little adult beverage night on Friday evenings after our last Friday night class. We hang out, chill. You know, I try to keep it a family environment. You know, my 4:30 class is open. You know, I have moms working out with their kids. I have kids and their uncles coming in to work out. You know, so I try to provide a place where you can come grab a good workout, have some fun, talk a little shit, you know, crank the music up, you know, take your shirt off, spit, yell, you know, pretty much what every other gym doesn't let you do, we pretty much let you do it here. I work out barefoot, you know, you sign a waiver form. So, yeah, that's my spiel.
That's awesome. Well, there's not anything else you want to add or anything?
No. Okay. You want to bring my little ones in, let them say hi?
We can.
Yeah. Chase!
It's going to beat the audio, huh?
I think I just blew my earbud. My bad, bro. Sorry.
No, it's all good. We got an editor for a reason.
Yeah, there you go.
But thank you for coming and letting us
put a shirt on.
So.
Come here, boo. Come here. Get your finger out of your nose. Oh, you're not shy. Show them how you do your wall handstand. Right here. This one. Do it. Bust it. Come over here by Daddy. Come over here and say hi. That's Dustin. Say what's up.
What's up,
Give him 5.
All right, man.
Tell everybody what's up on the camera. Oh, you're shy? Come here, sit on Dad's lap. Where'd we just go do? You want to tell everybody where we just came from? Where'd we come from?
The beach.
What'd you do at the beach?
I surfed.
You did some surfing? Yeah? Yeah? This is my second to oldest, Caleb. It's Dustin.
Nice to meet you, man. Anything you want to say to the audience?
Huh?
No, not really.
Yeah. No? You're going to be shy?
I don't know.
Rico fit, baby! You say Rico fit.
Rico fit.
Show them your guns. Show them your guns. Oh, you don't got no muscles. Let me see. Let me see. All right.
All right, well, thank you
brother.
so much.
Thank you very much.
We're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Would you want to plug your Instagram real quick?
It's Rico Fit _fitness training. Mine is Ben Rico, I think, something like that.
It's like
B Rico 32. Check me out. And Chase Lion, check him out. He's my mascot.
Yeah, he's on there a lot.
What's your Instagram?
Oh yeah, plug your
Caleb Rico.
Caleb Rico. You got it all memorized.
She's got it all down. That's the boss right there.
How did you like that episode?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Felt good on camera.
Yeah. So you saw Abe a little bit. How was your experience being on the camera?
Well, so one, being on camera, I don't want to like get stuck on a question because I have to edit that later and look at myself like, ew, you know. But no, it was nice. It was interesting getting to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really glad that because we ended up rescheduling that because one, I couldn't work things on my own, so I had to have Abe there anyway. But two, Abe is, like I said in the intro, he's very into fitness, and so this is just a really cool episode for him to be at. And he got to ask Ben a few questions as well. And so it was just a really good episode. So we really appreciate you guys listening. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, share with your, I don't know, with your neighbors, with your friends, with your family. Please share with the guy down the street. Please share, you know, with at the line in the grocery store or something like that. Yeah, and please just stay interacting with us. And please follow Ben and his fitness pages, or his personal page and his fitness page. His personal page is Rico32 for Instagram, and then at RicoFit_fitness training on Instagram. And that's basically it. Follow my Instagram page as well at dallen2199 and Abraham
at _abe.jacobs.
And the Community Proud Podcast page as well, at Community Proud Podcast. And something big's gonna come soon, guys. Please stay tuned for that. We're gonna be doing a giveaway pretty soon. And we'll announce that as soon as we have all of those details covered. But until then, we'll catch you on the next episode for episode 12 with Tim Welsh.
Tim Welsh.
Tim Welsh.
Check it out.
Check it out. So we'll see you guys later.